Lurking in the dark depths of the ocean, Cookiecutter Shark has been striking fear in the hearts of marine biologists and sea creatures alike. It's small, it's stealthy, and it's got a taste for the flesh of much larger animals. This diminutive shark, measuring no more than 20 inches in length, may seem like an unlikely threat, but don't let its size fool you. The Cookiecutter Shark is a master of stealth and subterfuge, using its unique adaptations to ambush and attack some of the ocean's most formidable predators. At the heart of their fearsome reputation is their unique dental arrangement, a set of sharp, pointed upper teeth to latch on the skin of a much larger prey, and its thick, strong, triangular lower teeth to scoop out a mouth-sized chunk of flesh. Like other sharks, these predators regularly replace their teeth throughout their lives. But the Cookiecutter takes this process to an extreme, shedding its lower teeth in entire rows rather than one at a time. In fact, researchers have calculated that a single Cookiecutter can go through as many as 15 sets of lower teeth over the course of its lifetime, amassing a total of 435 to 465 razor-sharp blades. And rather than simply discarding these old teeth, the shark actually swallows them, recycling the calcium content to fuel the development of its next set of teeth. With a single bite, a Cookiecutter can remove a perfectly circular plug of tissue from its victim, leaving behind a gruesome and distinctive wound. The Cookiecutter Shark's hunting strategy is a masterclass in the art of stealth and deceit. Unlike many of their larger, more powerful counterparts, they don't rely on brute force or raw speed to overpower their prey. Instead, they employ a combination of cunning tactics that allow them to punch far above their weight class. Central to the Cookiecutters' hunting approach is its remarkable ability to hover and drift motionlessly in the water column, conserving energy until the perfect moment to strike. Their elongated, cigar-shaped bodies are perfectly adapted for this stealthy behavior, allowing them to maintain neutral buoyancy with minimal effort. But the shark's most ingenious adaptation may be the dark collar of skin around its gills, a feature that is believed to mimic the silhouette of a small fish. When a larger predator approaches, drawn in by this deceptive lure, the Cookiecutter is able to attach itself using powerful suctorial lips and then slice off a mouthful of flesh with its razor-sharp teeth. The results are often horrifying to witness. The circular wounds left behind by the Cookiecutters' attack can be several inches wide and nearly as deep, exposing the underlying muscle and bone. These gaping holes can be found on a wide variety of marine creatures, from the backs of mighty whales to the flanks of swift-moving tuna. And the Cookiecutter doesn't stop at just one bite. It will often return to the same prey multiple times, taking bite after bite until it has sated its hunger. The damage from these repeated attacks can be devastating, even for the largest and most formidable of ocean predators. Despite the gruesome nature of their feeding habits, the Cookiecutters' precision and efficiency are truly remarkable. Each bite is expertly executed, with the shark using its unique dental arrangement and sheer muscular power to carve out a perfectly circular plug of flesh. While the Cookiecutters' hunting prowess is undoubtedly its most well-known trait, it also boasts remarkable array of other adaptations that allow it to thrive in the challenging environment of the deep ocean. Chief among these is the shark's remarkable bioluminescent capability. Its entire underside is covered in light-producing photophores that emit a vivid green glow. This natural glow-in-the-dark feature serves a crucial function for the Cookiecutter, acting as a form of counter-illumination that helps to camouflage the shark's silhouette when viewed from below. By precisely matching the downwelling light from the surface, the Cookiecutter's bioluminescent belly effectively renders it invisible to any potential predators swimming beneath it. But the Cookiecutter's remarkable adaptations don't end there. These sharks have also evolved a unique buoyancy system that allows them to effortlessly drift and hover in the water column, conserving precious energy as they search for their next meal. At the heart of this system is the shark's massive oil-rich liver, which can comprise up to 35% of its total body weight. This high-density, low-buoyancy organ helps the Cookiecutter maintain neutral buoyancy, enabling it to float with minimal effort. These sharks have also evolved a unique visual system that sets them apart from their predatory brethren. Unlike other sharks, the cookiecutter's retina is packed with ganglion cells concentrated in a concentric area rather than arranged in a horizontal streak. This specialized arrangement may help the shark to focus its gaze directly on prey in front of it, rather than scanning a broad field of view. It's just one more example of the incredible evolutionary innovation that has allowed the cookiecutter to thrive in the challenging deep-sea environment. Despite their fascinating biology and unique behaviors, cookiecutter sharks remain something of an enigma to scientists and the general public alike. These predators inhabit a realm that is, in many ways, inaccessible and unexplored. The vast, remote expanses of the open ocean. Their pelagic habitat, which can extend from the surface waters down to depths of nearly 2.5 miles, makes them incredibly difficult to study directly. Much of what we know about cookiecutters comes not from dedicated research, but rather from chance encounters and the distinctive wounds they leave behind on their larger prey. And the more we learn about these remarkable sharks, the more we realize just how little we truly understand about the hidden wonders of the deep ocean. The cookiecutter shark's fearsome reputation as a terror of the deep has certainly captured the public's imagination, with tales of these sharks taking bites out of unsuspecting swimmers, divers, and even submarines. And it's true that the cookiecutter's unique dental arrangement and powerful jaws are capable of inflicting some truly gruesome wounds on larger marine creatures. But despite their formidable hunting abilities, these sharks are generally not considered a significant threat to humans. Part of the reason for this is the cookiecutter's small size. Even the largest individuals max out at around 20 inches in length, making them minuscule compared to many of their ocean-dwelling counterparts. Additionally, these sharks tend to inhabit the remote, open ocean environments far from the typical haunts of human swimmers and divers. Encounters between cookiecutters and people are therefore relatively rare, and the majority of reported attacks have resulted in little more than painful but non-life-threatening lacerations. That's not to say that a bite from a cookiecutter should be taken lightly. The shark's serrated teeth and powerful jaws can inflict serious damage, and the wounds they leave behind often require medical attention. But in the grand scheme of ocean dangers, the cookiecutter's threat to humans appears to be relatively low, especially when compared to the much larger and more aggressive shark species that garner most of the public's fear and fascination. Perhaps one of the most intriguing and least understood aspects of the cookiecutter shark's biology is its remarkable ability to navigate the vertical expanse of the ocean. These small predators are known to go through daily migrations, swimming up to 2 miles from the inky depths of the mesopelagic zone, where they spend their days, to the comparatively shallower waters of the upper water column at night. The reasons behind these impressive vertical movements remain largely a mystery to scientists, but they likely serve a variety of important functions for the cookiecutter. By moving between different depth zones, the sharks may be able to access a wider range of potential prey, taking advantage of the diverse array of marine life that inhabits the various layers of the ocean. Additionally, these vertical migrations may help the cookiecutter maintain the effectiveness of its bioluminescent camouflage, allowing it to maintain optimal visibility and remain undetected by both predators and prey as light conditions change throughout the day. While the cookiecutter shark is certainly no stranger to more commonly encountered pelagic species, such as tuna and dolphins, it seems to have developed a particular fondness for some of the ocean's most bizarre and otherworldly inhabitants. From the tentacled coils of the giant squid to the elongated, otherworldly forms of deep-sea anglerfish, the cookiecutter has been documented taking bites out of some of the most exotic creatures that dwell in the ocean's darkest depths. The cookiecutter shark is a creature that, in many ways, defies easy categorization. On the surface, it may seem like a relatively straightforward predator, a small, parasitic shark that takes bites out of larger marine animals. But delve deeper into the cookiecutter's biology and behavior, and it becomes clear that this is a shark that simply doesn't fit neatly into any single mold. For starters, the cookiecutter's feeding strategy is somewhat of a confusion. It's considered a facultative ectoparasite, meaning it doesn't strictly rely on parasitism to survive, but will still readily take bites out of much larger prey. However, unlike traditional parasites, the cookie cutter doesn't kill its victims. It merely takes a chunk of flesh, allowing the larger animal to go on its way, albeit with a nasty wound. This unique approach sets the cookie cutter apart from other sharks, which typically either swallow their prey whole or tear them apart. Adding to the cookie cutter's perplexing nature is the fact that, while it is a creature of the deep ocean, it has also been known to venture into shallower waters and even attack humans on rare occasions. Ultimately, the cookie-cutter shark defies easy classification. It's a unique blend of predatory adaptations, a shapeshifter that straddles the boundary between parasite and apex predator, between deep-sea dweller and opportunistic surface hunter. And in doing so, it reveals the incredible diversity and complexity that can arise within a single species, constantly challenging our concept of what a shark is supposed to be. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the deep, the cookie-cutter shark will undoubtedly remain a source of fascination and wonder. Yet, for all that we've learned about this fascinating shark, there is still so much that remains shrouded in mystery. Its remote, pelagic habitat and elusive nature mean that many of the cookie-cutter's secrets have yet to be uncovered, waiting to be revealed through continued exploration and research. So, if you've been captivated by the wonders of the cookie-cutter shark, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you found most intriguing. And if you'd like to stay up to date on the more deep-sea creatures, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell. Together, we can continue to unravel the mysteries of the deep, one bite at a time.